YouTube or Twitch, smash that like button as per usual. Guys, welcome. Let's get straight into it. If you want to have your demo reviewed, guys, just send it to my little SoundCloud here. Of course, if you want to skip the line, guys, you can donate, and we actually just had a donation then. I don't know who it's from just yet. PayPal, what is wrong with you? Refreshing, I actually know. I do know. Chris, my friend, thank you so much, man. Oh, where did it go? Chris, my friend, let's have a listen to your track. Sounding, I'm hearing myself. Anyway, let's have a listen to Hip Hop Orchestra. Okay, let's go. Something's not sounding right. Give me 1 second. There we go. So, bro, I'm reading your comments already. It's actually not trash. It's actually a pretty good framework to start building on. I will give you some like pretty brutal feedback already. The percussion sounds like very tired and very like generic. So maybe this is just an idea you sort of scrap together, but it definitely shows with the percussion. Percussion sounds very like sort of weak. The drums sound a bit like weak and things like that. But I love the stop start, and it's got some really good funk and some really good groove to it already for like a basic idea. Also, your kick is a little loud for the mix as well, so bring that down in volume as well. Yeah, just reading in the comments, and thank you, Luxia, for the donation, brother. Um, Chris, yeah, man, it's a good idea to start with. Um, I still think it needs like an additional melody over the top. So like you've got a good framework for, like the comments said, for like a rapper to sort of jump on the top of and give it some sort of vocal stimulus, because it's like a very empty sort of track at the moment, which is fine because you always have to start somewhere with the track. Definitely work on the percussions. Like I said, the kicks a little too loud. Um, Add another melody over the top, something. Just plug an MIDI keyboard and just hit record and then see what happens. Um, and also, don't forget your stereo field, my friend. Definitely pan some things to the left or right, or have some samples sort of sweep across the listener's ears, because that is what will make a track interesting. Um, you can also, once you get a vocal for this, do the same thing for that as well. So some vocal chops, some vocal delays, some sort of panning and things like that happening from left to right, right to left, or spiraling around the listener's head, gives them something interesting to listen to. Man, I hope that helps. Thank you for the donation, my friend. That really helps me buy a beer. We also had a donation from Lauxia, so let's have a listen to Where Monsters Hide. Lauxia, let's have a listen. Where Monsters Hide 2021. You know,
You're fine, just like the twilight. You're mine. Whenever you fight, don't cry. Just look at the stars shine. Don't cry, don't cry. I can't find you. Tell me that you love me, you look me in the eye. Most of all, I hide behind this. I need a buzz of this for the depression and the stress.
nice. I to be honest, I wasn't expecting the rhythm to be that fast, because it was such a nice melodic build up. I expected it to sort of be like half speed, if that makes sense in terms of the drum track. Um, I'll give you some pointers with the intro. Your your sort of MIDI notes, they all sound like you're hitting nice chords. Some some sound a tiny bit incorrect, but don't worry about that for now. The intensity of each note sounds all identical, and it sounds like it's all hitting at exactly the same time. So to make your intro sound a bit more organic, so it sounds very dun dun dun. It sounds very like strong and robotic and locked in. When we add MIDI notes to our sort of piano roll, it's very easy to just double click them, get them all going. But what you need to do is zoom right in and make them a bit more organic. So when a piano player hits the keys, they are hitting the keys in their brain at the same time, but there's some microscopic differences in timing and pressure with each finger. So this finger is going to press a lot harder on the key than this one. So you need to adjust the intensity of each sort of MIDI note, and also the timing. So you might, a pianist, they don't hit the keys sort of like this, like exactly flat. They're hitting them like this. So if you look at that from a horizontal plane, you have, your pinky hitting first, and then this, and then this, and then this, or something like that. So make sure you sort of give us a tiny bit of intensity variation, and also a tiny bit of timing variation. Don't have all your notes on the piano roll hitting at exactly the same moment. Have them slightly before, slightly after the exact beat, that will give you a more organic sounding chord instead of like dun dun dun. It'll be more like brang brang blang. Don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, and then as I mentioned at the top of my sort of feedback, when your percussion came in, I felt like it was too fast for the track. Like you tricked me into thinking it was going to be like a slow song, and then it was really like sort of driving the beat. So
Just look at the stars shine, don't cry, don't cry.
but in contrast to Chris's track, with your drum roll, you can hear that there's some great like variations. I can hear some elements of yours are panning, and also just something as simple as your hi-hat. It's not being like dit, 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 dit. It's like dit, 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 dit. Different intensities, so it sounds more organic. Doesn't sound so digital to the listener. You could possibly experiment with having some percussion behind this first sort of bridge here.
You're fine, just like the twilight, you're mine. Well, whenever you fight, don't cry. Just look at the stars shine, don't cry, don't cry.
But man, when that percussion kicks in, like it was surprising to hear the first time. But man, it's such a vibe when that beat kicks in. It's super groovy, and it literally like makes you move in your seat. Like my whole body was moving when that sort of first came in. I was a little shocked that it was sort of full pace, but man, really nice track. Vocal seems okay, like possibly like a tiny bit loud for the mix, but it's not. It actually doesn't matter. I think a track you submitted last week or the week before, the vocal was like a little too quiet, so it could have been you or someone else, I'm not sure, but the vocal is like perfectly mixed here. Yeah, and that was the final thing is sort of in the first sort of 8 bars of your you know, where your beat drives in, you have a lot of sort of a lot of your synths and elements are sort of in the low to mid frequencies, and then you have your hi-hats happening up the top. And then when you introduce this lead that sort of happens here, that perfectly occupies the sort of mid frequencies, and it was like perfect. I remember when I listened to it the first time, I was like, okay, there's nothing in the mid frequencies, so make sure I bring that up. And then when this lead comes in, so from here, this one, it's sort of perfectly occupying. You've got the low to mids done, and then when you introduce that second sort of melody, it's occupying like the mid to highs. So it's like you've created a perfect like spectral balance for the track, and it's sounding very full, like very rich and very bright, man. So really, really well done. Yeah, I hope that helps you like moving forward with this track, man. So really, really nice. Thank you for your donation, brother, and thank you for submitting, guys. 2 very strong tracks to kick us off this week. So really, really nicely done, guys. All right, let's get into Keturi. Keturi, violence, terror, destruction, greed. This could be an angry track, guys. So get strapped in. Here we go. Definitely a lot of bass frequencies in this track. It's hard to say yet because we're only halfway through the track, but there's a lot of like sub to low bass like in here, and it's sort of, I don't know. Let's see how we go.
Terror, destruction, greed.
Okay, the starter's super aggressive, super cool, super deep dark. What I'm hearing is, there's a kick and a sub bass. So you either have like a sub bass and a kick happening, or you have a tonal kick. What's happening is there's too much happening in the sub frequencies. So you need to make sure you EQ your kick to a certain frequency, and make sure you sort of give a slight dip in your sub bass where that kick is hitting, so that they have a bit more space. They're all kind of mashing together a bit, and it's creating a bit of a rumble in your sort of bass frequencies. Now, it took me a while to think of that, because maybe that is intentional for this track, because it's deep and it's dark, and maybe you want to have that sort of bass rumble. I'm not really sure, like the direction you wanted to take this, but yeah, sounding like interesting. Also with your main synth, that also has a lot of bass frequencies in it. I know it's sort of in your sort of mid octaves on your keyboard, but there are a lot of bass frequencies leaking through. So make sure you EQ that sort of out, so that you have a clear differentiation between the things happening down in your bass frequencies and the things happening in your sort of melodic section of your track. This I feel like this track is cool, man. I think you would really benefit from doing a few pitch bends, really sort of, I think that would be really cool, because you have this deep dark sort of destructive sort of title, and you've produced a deep dark and sort of disruptive track. It's really like, yeah, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something funky happening down in the bass frequencies. So whether that's intentional or not, I'm not sure. But man, to take this to the next level, integrate some pitch bends in there. I think that would be really cool. Man, yeah, interesting track. We're going good tonight. We've had 3 very different genres of track. So let's keep going with Mills. This might have been deleted. It has, so sorry Mills. On we go to Chillin 3T, Antarctica Original Mix. Let's have a listen. I feel like I listened to this last week. Maybe not. Loving the sub bass in this track already. It's very full, very rich. I really love the you have these really shrill sort of chords that are happening above in the really cool. One thing I find a little bit distracting already gets amplified when you have this little breakdown, and it's the tiny sort of like, I don't know what it is. It's like the bubbling noise or the water, like the water noise, and it's you hear it here. It's a bit too loud. All that sound needs to be a little bit lower, in my opinion. Remember, this is always just my opinion. On the it sounds like something's clipping here as well, especially on that first beat. There's something's happening there. I like the sort of effects, the effects you have on the vocal, but everything's a little too loud around it. I feel like it's I know what you're trying to do. It's a bit like distorted and confused and things like that. But I feel exactly like what Chris just said there. The vocal is getting lost, like especially when you had the male vocal in that section. It was very very quiet compared to everything else. Like you really had to focus to listen. And once again, those other elements that were sort of happening, they're a little bit shrill, like a little bit in the higher frequencies, and they're a little bit too busy for what the vocal's doing. So maybe you could try something else, maybe add a filter or something like that onto the noises that you have around that vocal, so that the vocal sort of cuts through a bit more. You can EQ or automate a filter down to bring the energy of your production down a little bit, so that the vocal can have its moment in that spot, especially. And again, this water sound effect is again a very dominant, and I feel like your chords should be the star here. So yeah, similar comments all the way throughout that song. I think that everything's so loud in the mix. I think like this outro here could be a lot more delicate than what you have. Like everything's so loud in terms of volume that it's sort of like a wall of noise, when it should be sort of tailoring out a bit. That snare that you introduced, I don't really know if that fits. Where does it come in? Yeah. maybe it does. But yeah, I would definitely, I mean, it's a cool track. It's not, the idea is insane because you have such a euphoric production style there. I think just a few things need to be a little bit quieter in your mix, man, and then you find that nice delicate spot where you have the sort of atmospheric samples doing what they're supposed to, the atmospheric stuff. Then you have your chords and your melody as the main sort of wall of noise that people are hearing. And then your other sounds are sort of the support sounds to that. What it sounds like at the moment, in my opinion, is that your support sounds are part of your main sound. And for my ears, it's a little distracting. So that's my opinion, guys. That's what we're here for. So hope you enjoyed that. We're on to OVR, Timmy Trumpet Cold, OVR remix. Let's have a listen OVR, and apologies if this gets sort of removed for copyright, because most of these usually do from Spinnin' Records. Let's have a listen.
I was just messing. We gotta turn this thing around, and you're deep in. Feels like you're swimming inside my veins, under my skin, and all that is going on with my brain. Each time I try to leave this behind, you're hard to shake. It's like you're ruling my life. You know I can't get you off my mind. Need a reason why you had to leave me in the cold, 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 cold. Why do you have to leave me in the cold, 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 cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Each time I try to leave this behind, you're hard to shake. It's like you're ruling my life. You know I can't get you off my mind. Need a reason why you had to leave me in the cold, 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 cold. Why do you have to leave me in the cold, 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 cold?
I mean, it's a good remix. It's all the elements are there. I really like your bass line here. It's actually quite nicely mixed. It's not too loud, too soft. It's in the perfect sort of frequency. I will say though, like, it's such a good production, but I feel like it's a little like 2 years ago. Like these days with a track, especially with remixes, a remix needs to do something insane to win a competition, like for Spinnin'. So it's a sick production. Like, I enjoy it. This is the sort of music I love to DJ. But I think when we enter these competitions, like especially for Spinnin', we have to go mental and like do something totally crazy in the hope that we win the competition. So, man, I gave you a vote in the Spinnin' contest. Let's listen to the rest, but I'm assuming it's just the same drop as before.
Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold? Why do you have to leave me in the cold?
Yeah, so stand by my comments before, man. Really push your skills, push the envelope, try and be like insane, especially for Spinnin' Records contests, guys. yeah, we want to try and win those. So hopefully one of us one day goes pretty good in that. All right, S143 Infinity. Let's have a. It's a cool little melody there. What is very very good about this S143 is I remember many live streams ago. I remember you used to always sort of have the same bass line and the same notes happening in your production style, and now you have like, yeah, you have the bass line maintaining and then dropping and then coming back up, and it's like perfect. You've gone from like super like fundamental to now like you're really starting to understand chords and tune and tone and mixing as well. Overall, this track is like a little bit quiet in terms of mix. So next time you're sort of producing a track, you now know that you can make everything a little bit louder, so that you get more of a more volume through your master output. I boosted the live stream volume so that all the guys watching can hear it a little bit louder. Guys, I see you on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, smash the like button. You guys there on Facebook as well, and Twitch. It says here I have an error on Twitch. So if anyone's watching on Twitch, maybe just chuck a comment in so that I know it's working. I don't know why. I've never seen that little error message before, but maybe it's nothing. Maybe I need to do something. Offer, my friend, but I will politely decline. You will thank me later. I'm not the best singer. Man, really cool. I can hear the small details starting to happen in your drop. So like the little pauses like here and then back in. That sort of stuff takes time. So like I compliment you and give you the thumbs up for starting to try these little cool things. Good melody. The mix is a little quiet. Catchy melody. Get a vocal. Yeah, nice. Good little live stream, this one. Thank you for your track, my friend. And you have this huge like review. So there you go. All right, Architect, let's have a listen. Oh gosh, how do I pronounce this? Silky and Little League, Ferris Bueller, Acrobass remix. Let's have a listen.
On that suit and tie, dripping with ice, got the attention.
Okay, apologies for maybe blasting your faces off, but I forgot to turn the volume down. So this is already like a lot closer to like commercially loud. Yeah, let's have a listen. See how it goes.
That guy, my mind, be wishing. Better get in line, y'all one time, and I'm out of minutes. Then I cut my vibe. Well, I'm out here living. Pack my dad's Ferrari. Never say I'm sorry. Say I can't just watch me. Just watch me. Pack my dad's Ferrari. Never say I'm sorry. Say I can't just watch me. Just watch me. I feel cooler than you could understand. I feel cooler than Ferris Bueller. I feel cooler than they think that I'm the man. I feel cooler than Ferris Bueller.
Acrobass, bro. This is insane, and I'm a little angry at you, man, because you make such good music, man, consistently, like all the time. The stuff you send is insane, and like for anyone, we're up to live stream like 42, I think. For anyone who's been along for the journey, right? Like Acrobass has been like one of the biggest growers. I remember you sending me in your tracks early on, and it was definitely like, you know, like beginner, you know, like understanding the basics, and you had a few wrong notes and a few this and a few that, and man, your improvement is insane. And the reason why I'm angry at you, my friend, is look, you have 2, 4, 6 tracks only on your profile, man. Come on. Be confident. Put some of these tracks up on your page, my friend. Come on. I'm really encouraging you to sort of show the world your talent, man, because you have grown massively. So please, please, I beg you, throw a few demos up there. Like I see here you have some demos. Demo, I got it, pick up, Bad Guy, Acrobass Remix. Man, get a few more demos up there because you are making some good music, very good music, and you're making a lot of music, man. So just show the world that you are busy. Show the world that you are busy with music production. Start filling up people's timelines and stuff. And guys, if you're watching on a computer, please open a new tab, go to SoundCloud, go find Acrobass. He's this good looking gentleman here, and give him a follow, guys. Come on, like this is insane, man. You're making very, very good music. I really commend you, and I encourage you to put more of it out there for people. Yeah.
I'm feeling dangerous. They think I'm famous. They just wish I would say it loud what my name is. I'm feeling dangerous. I think I'm famous. They just wish I would say it loud what my name is. On a suit and tie, dripping with ice, get the attention. Who's that guy? My mic, they wishing. Better get in line, oh, on time, and I'm out of minutes. Tryna come my vibe. Well, I'm out here living. Wreck my dad's Ferrari. Never say I'm sorry. Say I can't just watch me. Just watch me. Wreck my dad's Ferrari. Never say I'm sorry. Say I can't just watch me. Just watch me. I feel cooler than you could understand. I feel cooler than Ferris Bueller. I feel cooler than they think that I'm the man. I feel cooler than Ferris Bueller.
Man, I have no feedback for this other than like it's insane. Everything sounds good, man. The automations in this, man, are phenomenal. There's so much going on, and like I can visualize your sort of door has all these automations and stuff happening, man. It's insane. So I actually have no feedback for this because it's like that good. So you must like, I don't know what you have to do to get this online, or like, I don't know, man, but definitely make it public on your SoundCloud, bro. Give the people your skills, my friend. Come on. Pump you up. Feel excited about music. Guys, we are going to push on as per usual. If you want to skip the line, you don't want to wait in line, guys, we have a huge list here. I can't guarantee I'll get to them all tonight. I am going to stop the stream at 9 p.m. sharp because I have a lot of stuff to do personally that I have to get done tonight. So here we go. DJ Flyman, Moonlight Shadow. Also, guys, I see you on YouTube. It's now telling me on Twitch that I have one person watching. So if you are that one person, just leave a comment or something in the chat, because I still don't know if I'm live on Twitch. I normally have 5 or 6 people on there, so I'm not sure why there's an issue, but whatever, Trevor. All right, DJ Flyman, Moonlight Shadow, original mix. Let's have a listen. actually got some really good layers going on there, man. I hear each new layer as it gets integrated, and it's actually done very, very nicely. Possibly some variation on the lead sound, so it's like whatever. Maybe you could start it an octave lower for the first maybe rotation, and then take it up to the octave that it's currently on. Because when the drop first starts, it already sounds very high up. So like, I mean, traditionally with songs, you would have like a drop which has a melody, and then traditionally that melody gets repeated, but often with a second layer on top. So maybe you could try the same thing here, but like it's sounding good. Like I see it's been released a month. It's got a couple of hundred listens, so man, it's going good. So ciao, Chris. Thank you, my friend. See you next time. Yeah, man. Nice track. There's nothing like really to correct. Just some more ideas to take forward. So, like I said before, your sort of your octaves to shift octaves in the drop, from sort of a mid octave to then adding second octave on top that gives it a bit more layering. But man, I really have to commend you on. I could hear all those sort of you had those sort of chords that were happening during the drop, sort of like pads, and then you introduced like a few other sounds coming in. It was actually really nice. It's sort of your track kept sort of stacking new elements on top, but like not like extreme amounts. Like it was just subtle and like really small in terms of volume and intensity, and it complemented the track perfectly. You created a perfect little sandwich of layers there, man. So really nicely done, man. And like the drive was very consistent throughout the whole track. If like the track's already out, it's been out for a month or so, if you were to explore a track in this similar sort of style, I definitely give some more love to your percussion section, because it sort of sounds a bit the same throughout. So just a thought for your next tracks is try a bit more variation in in your sort of production style for your drums. Yeah, Felix, Little Eyes. I still need to finish it and then send it to my mastering engineer. That will probably be my next release. So what is it? March 24 at the moment. March, April, May. Hopefully May I can release that one. Yeah, it's sounding sick. I've thrown it on my Instagram story a few times and just asked people to vote on whether I should keep it, like to keep working on it, or to like bin it, and every single person says like, yeah, keep going. So I am going to keep going. All right, David, XUX. I thought I did this one. I did do that one. Maybe I screwed up the order and did David first. Anyway, Bix, we're up to you, my friend. I saw you there in the chat, and that was, yeah, let's have a listen. Airmail. Now I'm Just a Ghost, featuring Silent Child, Bix Remix, Demo 1. Let's have a listen.
I need you to move on your own. Your friends will pass you by, then you'll be all alone. You're dangerous, it's killing us. Each time I cross your mind, do you still check your phone? I hope that you're alright, but I don't want it told. You had my heart in pieces for far too long. I needed your affection.
Hey, I just noticed Felix got blocked. I don't know, was that me by accident? Felix was blocked. That wasn't me, was it? I hit reply to Felix. Oops. I don't know if that was me or not. It just says Felix was blocked in the chat. My friend, Bix, this is fire at the moment. I'm a little distracted by Felix. Let me just quickly jump on YouTube and see if I can fix that. I didn't do that on purpose. I'm a little distracted by... Oh god. Felix was hidden by Steve Marks, so I accidentally did. Felix, I'm gonna try and get you back online. How do anyone know how you unblock someone? Unhide user on this channel. Maybe that's it. Felix was hidden by Steve Marks. That was not my intention. I don't know. Felix, if you can hear me, brother, type a message. If anyone knows how to unblock someone. No? No. Oh, bro. If you're watching, I apologize. Bix, let's keep going with your track, man. Hang on, I need to get back up to mood.
You got my heart in pieces for far too long. I needed your affection. Saw this emptiness got old. You wanted my attention. Yeah, all you did was killing us both. 30 seconds and I'm gonna blow it up. You blow it up, your crowd is forming. Tell 'em all to blow it up. You blow it up. 30 seconds and I'm gonna blow it up. You blow it up, your crowd is forming. Tell 'em all to blow it up. 30 seconds and I'm gonna blow it up. You blow it up, your crowd is forming. Tell 'em all to blow it up. You blow it up.
Yeah.
30 seconds and I'm gonna blow it up. You blow it up, your crowd is forming. Tell 'em all to.
Bix, bro, this is sick. So finally someone found the pitch bend tool. I was recommending someone, I forget who it was that really deep dark track. I was recommending someone to use pitch bend. Man, this is sick. Pitch bend is so fun. Like it creates such a sick dynamic to your tracks. It really feels like you're warping reality. Man, good drive on this track. The intensity's up and it's very, very strong.
Was I just a game to you? All these heavy thoughts you put me through. Don't even know you anymore. It's like your heart is made of thorns, but we know the truth. We know. I'm trapped inside this endless game with you. A dangerous mind you set me up to. Stole my heart so you could crush it. Should've been more cautious with you. I needed your affection. All this emptiness got old.
seconds and I'm gonna blow it up. You blow it up, your crowd is forming, tell 'em all to blow it up. You blow it up. 30 seconds and I'm gonna blow it up. You blow it up, your crowd is forming, tell 'em all to blow it up. You 30 seconds and I'm gonna blow it up. You blow it up, your crowd is forming, tell 'em all to blow it up. You blow it up.
Bro, fire.
30 seconds and I'm gonna blow it up. You blow it up, your crowd is forming, tell 'em all.
Gonna point out two things, man. Two things that I love is your the bass line that you've like the intonation of your bass line is very good. It creates good suspense. So
Was I just a game to you? All these
so the first note of your sort of bass loop is like a very extended note. So it's like dun 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 dun. So that first note creates like a good tension, and it's like slowly building. It drops in sort of notes and octave, and then it comes back up. Really, really nice. There was one thing I didn't like. Oh, not that I didn't like it, but when you have this build up going, you maintain the hi-hat. So the hi-hat's happening, and now so like traditionally speaking, for a build up, there's never really like an offbeat hi-hat happening. So up to you. Maybe pull that out so that it's just the snare doing the build up. You could maybe have a riser in the background that's like pitch bending up, so it's like and don't use the bloody don't use the Cashmere like traditional one. You found the pitch bend function, so build your own riser, your own tension. Get that tension going in that build up, man. This is a very, very nice track, bro. I don't know if you saw, but the Melons came out. Man, very, very good track. Vix, bro, how much music do you have on your profile? Good, man. Good. I was hoping you didn't do an architect and keep it off your profile. Man, very, very good. Keep going with your music. That's just there, guys. Thanking me. Awesome. All right, Jake. Already checked it out. Wilson, my man. Wilson, I know Wilson's at work. So, bro, you'll be watching this back. Let's have a listen to Dreamer Hard Dance, work in progress. Let's have a listen. Pretty good idea so far. I heard something here. I wasn't sure if it was intentional. Here. There's some bass notes that are going like really like down in this sort of distorted range. What it could be is that one of your bass notes has sort of it's doing its bass rotation. Maybe it's gone down an octave too far, and your sort of synthesizer can't physically produce that that sort of frequency. So instead of it actually hitting the notes, just sort of creating this like flutter on the floor. I don't know what it is. I just heard it in the mix. It's very, very well, it's not very noticeable, but remember, I'm picking out like teeny tiny things to try and help you guys improve. So Cool, man. Like overall, like it's a good idea. I think it's hard with this style of music because it's traditionally it's very like happy and very like cheesy in terms of melody. It's usually very predictable and very sort of follows a very melodic, very happy sort of progression. I feel like the intensity of some of the notes could be a bit varied instead of like it could be like so like the first two are a little bit quieter in sort of intensity compared to like the third one. So like so it's yeah, it gives it a bit more life. The moment it sounds very digital, very like I play a note, not like doesn't sound like too organic. Sounds very electronic. So whether that was intentional or not, that's my feedback for that one. Synth might be a tiny bit too loud. Yeah, transition needs a bit of love. Yeah, I agree. This I listened to it twice. This synth that hits here, it's like very loud for that moment. So maybe you could sort of instead of going like you could maybe have go like have a few little loops before. I did hear you had some teeny tiny samples before, which did take the edge off, but it did sort of come out of nowhere. So yeah, maybe like you said, transition needs a bit of love. I agree. Synth might be a tiny bit too loud. I agree slightly, but I also think if you add a bit of velocity to each note, it might sort of get rid of that little issue that you brought up. So man, cool track. You make awesome melodies, so please don't ever turn your back on music, man. You're a talent. You are a talent. All right, Y45H, let's check out Power. I don't know Y45H. Does anyone know, am I saying that right? Or is that like, am I meant to be saying like Yash maybe? Like YASH? I don't know. Anyway, Y45H, Power. Let's have a listen. Okay, Yash, now that I'm finally saying your artist name correct, man, it's cool. It's cool. I will draw a bit on the feedback that I just gave Wilson. There was a moment where one of your synths sort of came out of nowhere, like it was really loud and sort of like maybe you could ease it in a bit better with like automation, maybe in the volume, or maybe have a filter that sort of slowly opens up. That would be cool. Let me find the moment. Not here. I think it's here. Yeah. So that synth you bring in is like a little loud for the mix, and it's because the listener hasn't heard it yet. It's kind of a bit like, whoa, okay, like that's happening. So maybe like give the listener a little taste of it before it actually hits their ears. Then for like the hardstyle drop, it's good. It's very you've got your kicks happening down in the dun 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 dun, which is fine, and then you have your melody happening over the top. I would definitely give it a little bit of space in terms of EQ. So you've got your tonal kicks doing their thing, and then your lead as well is sort of, it does have some bass frequencies in that as well. So maybe remove some of the bass frequencies from your lead, so like your melody, because you do start to hear a bit of distortion in your drop, which the distortion is due to some frequencies clashing. So just work on that a bit so that they're not sort of fighting for space, because when they're fighting for space, what happens is, yeah, like they get confused and they don't know what sound to produce. So instead of producing the sound you want it to produce, they end up producing like distorted, crackly, damaged sort of sounds. So by EQing each sound, at the moment it's crashing like this, but if you give it a bit of space, suddenly you have two sounds that are sort of doing their thing, and you won't have that sort of distortion and that like it's like a, sounds a bit like an overdrive effect to it. But yeah, you can remove that by a little bit more EQing. And this second time around, when that lead gets introduced, it's not as strange for the listener, because they've already heard that lead sound already. So they're kind of like, I was expecting to hear it again, and then I heard it and I was like, hey, there it is. Nice. If you want to take this track to the next level of awesome, at the moment some areas sound very like electronic, because like it's electronic music. And I'll give you similar feedback to, I think it wasn't Lauxia, I think it was Chris Tapia. I think it was like the first song I reviewed today. I don't know who, doesn't really matter, it's not important. You have your chords, listen to your chords underneath this here. So they're very like dun, dun, dun. Make them more organic, so you can vary the intensity of each note a little bit. So it's not so like, it sounds like it's a brick hitting the keyboard. You want it to sound like natural fingers. So some fingers press a bit harder on the keyboard than others, like in real life. So try and replicate that in your DAW, in your piano roll. Give some notes slightly less intensity, some a bit more, and also adjust the timing. So obviously your chord is going to hit on a beat. So like all your piano notes will sort of start from here and run across your piano roll. You want to slightly adjust some of them away and a tiny bit in front, so that it's more organic. Instead of all the notes robotically hitting like instantly at the same time, you slide them apart ever so slightly, and then you will notice, and for everyone listening, maybe you already know this tip, maybe not, it will sound a lot more organic when you slightly shift the notes off each other. Because when a piano player plays, every note is microscopically playing at different times. So let's keep going. Yeah, nice little track, man. It's good. There's only a few little things you have to fix, and that will be pretty cool. But man, it's released now. Just stick with it, do your thing. And also, I'm glad I finally can now say Yash instead of Y45H. Man, why didn't you ever say anything in the past? I always say Y45H, so maybe you enjoy that. I don't know. But now, Yash, I call you Yash. Cheers, brother. Hope you enjoyed the feedback. Hope you're enjoying the show. Guys, we are getting through. I'm really going to try and get through all these demos, but I am going to finish at 9. So, Critison, warning, the track is very loud and heavy and rhythmic. So if you can't handle heavy stuff, listen to Dashed VIP. Not sure what all of that means, but we are going to listen to Wanted from Critison. I am going to turn down the master volume because he gave us a warning, but Critison has worked on his mixing, so I assume it won't be too crazy. Let's have a listen. So far so good, man. Just be careful that all the loops you're using all sync up in terms of BPM, because I heard your piano go slightly out of time with your sort of percussion. Yeah, man, so a few things, as I said before, they're drifting a little out of time with each other. So just focus on making sure that you line things up correctly. But man, your drop is full of energy. I like it. Man, this track is big, man. It's good. The idea is insane. It's very, very good. Man, you always send me tracks with the warning, warning, it's loud in parts. This is the patience and the sort of skill with a music producer is, if you know, right? If you know that there's parts that are loud, why would you sort of send it in for a demo review? What I would do, in my opinion, is I would adjust it so that it doesn't sound loud. Then you send it in, because that's a main sort of box you need to tick for music production and for demo drops. Is you first produce the track, you add the drums, you add the melodies, you add the piano, you add the sort of wub wub wubs for your dubstep stuff, and then you go from that stage, the production stage, you then go to the mixing stage. So then you make the wub wub wubs a little bit quieter, you make your drums a bit louder, you make your hi-hats a little bit like louder, a little bit wider. That's like the mixing phase. So man, I've told this to you a few times now. Make sure you spend a little bit more time in that mixing stage. You get your sound sort of leveled out. So you already know it because you tell us and you warn us in each message that some parts are loud. So yeah, work on it, bro, before you send it in. Spend the hours, get it sounding good, and then send it in without a warning label, bro. Come on, that's my task for you. Send me a track with no warning label. Make sure that it's mixed to your ears correctly. If you think nothing's too crazy, too loud, then you've done your job. You send it in. Music is objective. So my opinion might be different to your opinion or other people watching. So you already know parts are loud, bro. So spend the time, fix it, then send it in. That's my challenge to you, man. Thank you for sending your music in. All right, Felix. It's a Vise ID, needs vocal. Okay. I'll give you a vocal. Here we go. Oh, and I need to make it a little louder because we had the joys of Criticism happening. So take time in my life. Dun, dun. Keeping it time. Best time of my life. Man, it's good. A very good place to start. The man, super clean, super sharp. I'd add some tiny little elements in there, man. Just some tiny bits of white noise to fill up those little bits of silence and give some I don't know, like some teeny tiny sweeps or something in the background. You it's funny, man, with Vise and all the producers like that. Their tracks sound so simplistic when you first hear it. You're like, whoa, like, man, that's so simple. Like, I could do that and be famous too. But when you really sit down and listen to it, there's actually maybe 10 or 15 teeny tiny things happening in the background, just like a something like that in the background. Definitely, you're at the stage where you've got the sick little rhythm, the catchy hook. Now you need to add in the teeny tiny, like, I don't know how Salt Bae does it. Add those tiny glorious sprinkles in your track. What those tiny sprinkles are, I don't know. So that's something you will need to sort of play around with, man. So not too much feedback on that. Nothing sounds bad. Yeah, you just need to experiment and add a bit of Salt Bae in there, bro. Thank you for sending in. Funky Gio, let's have a listen. I'll be the woman of your dreams. Ooh, okay. Ear candy stuff, yes. So Funky Geo, good idea, good track. I think your kick drum is a little too loud, and that's sort of evident in your waveform here. So when you sort of have the drop happen, there's a very big change in volume. There's also some digital crushing happening, and I think that's from too many elements in your sort of bass area that's crashing into each other in terms of frequency. So if I was you, what I will say is I remember your first tracks were very, very basic, very, very like in the learning phase. I can tell you've put in a lot of work to get to where you are now. And now is the fun part where you start to learn about the real sort of technical side of things. What you can do is start watching some YouTube tutorials about like basic mixing and EQing, because what you will now learn with music production is, yes, you have a bass line and a drum and a kick drum that goes dum dum dum, but when your bass drum goes dum 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 and your bass line is going dum dum dum, then they actually interact with each other in a bad way, and you need to do something called EQing, which basically captures different frequencies of each sound. So for example, your kick drum, the dum dum dum, you can capture a certain sound frequency and you can lock it in one section, and then you get your bass line and you lock it in a different section, so that those two sounds have their own individual space in your track and can produce the sound that you want. Because at the moment, you're at the stage where you've got the basics, you understand that you need a kick drum, a bass line, vocals, pianos and stuff. Now you're getting into the technical side, which is actually really fun, because what's happening at the moment is your music sounds a bit muddy in the bass line. So you need to now work with EQing, which is super fun, super detailed. You'll notice your music will start to become a lot cleaner. So enjoy that process of learning. Yeah, nice little track, good rhythm, good melody. I think, yeah, as I said, work on your EQing, and you'll be making even better music than what you are at the moment. All right, let's listen to this track from Rohi7 Shucks Undercover. Nice.
I lose track of my mind. Don't know so soon until you're mine. This will not end. I'm stuck in time. Just me and you on time. Make me wonder, make me another way. Take me under, take me underway. Light a fire, light the other match again. Undercover, yeah. We own the night now. We're taking on another heat rush. We own the night now. Undercover love, undercover love.
nice, man. Something's not sounding right to me though. I think the bass note that you're hitting is not correct for the chords you have happening above. So I'm not sure if anyone thinks the same, but maybe when we hear the drop again, maybe someone has a similar opinion or something like that. I'm not hearing any sort of sub bass frequencies. I am hearing like sort of like, oh yeah, like low to mid frequencies, but nothing much in the sub bass. Now I'm hearing sub bass, but it's very thin.
Taking on another heat rush. We own the night now. Undercover love, undercover
And really cool. I love the variation on the second drop with the percussion sort of double speed. That's really cool, and then it breaks back into this sort of half pace. Really, really cool. Serious like DJ Snake vibes with that track, man. I really I admire the time and attention that you put into the percussion, like so like the different variations in your hi-hats and things like that. Really, really nice. Yeah, I agree with the bass. So yeah, there's something's not right with your bass line. Yeah, I think it could be the note that you're hitting. I don't think it's the right note. To me, the note sounds too sharp. Like if you dropped it down, maybe two notes on your piano roll, that might sit better. It just sounds like it's needing to hit a note that is a bit lower, like on your keyboard, rather than the note that it is hitting, because the tone sounds a bit sharp to my ears. So experiment with that. Maybe you find the correct note, maybe not, I don't know, but life goes on, my friend. Tav Trivedi, let's listen to Progressive House remake of a Bollywood song. Also, guys, I'm seeing a lot of this crap on people's in the comments section, guys. Just ignore all these messages or report them as spam, because this sort of stuff is like so annoying. It's basically just all automated things just spamming people. Like, look, they actually don't care about your track. Like, it's all copy and paste. It's all automated, where they just automate dope track and then they have a small bit of code that adds in their artist name. I guarantee if I click on this, the person's artist name will be Young Pullin. Let's see, Young Pullin. Boom. So like, guys, this is all sort of spam and stuff. Like, just ignore it. Not saying that your track is not fire, but it's basically just people sending spam out in the hope that someone will click on it, and when you click on it, you might get a virus, or it might lead you to like a credit card page to pay for some stupid service, which you don't need, guys. Your music's good enough. Okay, there's a problem with your bass line here. The third note, dun, dun, no, your fourth note, sorry. Dun, dun, it should go up. Hang on. Dun. It should go dun 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 dun. In my opinion, the fourth note, man, needs to go up basically one key instead of. I think you drop it back down. It should go up one note. That will be a better bass line sort of progression. Dun, dun. That's okay there. Exactly like here. So maybe you've had an error in your drop with your bass line. So that's a correct bass progression here in the verse. So it goes like dun dun. I need to dun 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 dun. Oh, I can't do it, but the bass progression is correct here in these bars, but it was not correct in your drop. So just adjust that note and it will sound awesome. That was the other thing I forgot to mention in the first build up. Yeah, guys, so Arijit Singh, I'm probably saying that massively wrong. Arijit Singh, #1 Bollywood singer in the industry. Much respect, and actually like pretty cool remix. Be careful here with the pitch bend of your vocal. It actually you have the loop happen, and then your pitch bend, it doesn't start going up at the start. It actually drops down a bit first, so it sounds a bit out of key, and then it bends up. So I'll replay it and see if. Hang on. Okay, this one's different. It's already a little sharp, but this one was. It should be done, but it's already like done. Yeah, so just pitch it down a little bit more. Watch where you start the pitch bend. It should start from the sustained note that previously hit, but yours is sort of starting up here. So these are only tiny things that I'm picking out so that you can maybe adjust it to take it to that next level of awesome, you know? That's better. Nice track. Yeah, cool. It's cool that you guys sort of remix like Bollywood and stuff, because you guys just never know what could happen. Like this guy, this Arijit Singh, he might be like bored one day and go like, oh, I want to find like a dance remix of one of my songs, and someone like that might just jump on SoundCloud, guys. You never know. So this is why I stress to just put your music out there. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Doesn't matter how good or bad people say it is. Just believe in yourself and do it, you know? All right. So I'm going to skip OVR like you told me. What we'll do is we'll wait. I'd love to listen to these when Charlie is online. But what I think Charlie and I are going to do, similar to the Legacy Remix contest, is him and myself will be online together doing a live stream. We will review them all in sort of one live stream, and we can give our feedback on each track, each remix, guys. If you have no idea what we're talking about, let's hear from Charlie. Charlie.
How's it going, people? Steve and I decided to run a remix competition on our new track, Give Up Your Girl. All the details are in the Discord server. Have fun, and we can't wait to hear your remixes.
Yes, so pretty easy. We're doing a remix contest. If you have no idea what a Discord is, just write in the chat and we can help you out. All right, Asparagus, King's 10 Master Experiment. Let's have a listen. Nice with the ambience of the birds and things like that. Really subtle keys. This is a perfect example of emotion in the keys. Different velocities, different times each key is hitting. Sounds very natural. Doesn't sound very electronic. Wow, what a great track, man. So far, so good. I feel your snare drum's lacking a bit of punch. Like it's sort of, it's in there and we can hear it, but I think you need to select a snappier snare sound, like really, like with a bit more slap to it, rather than it's sort of a bit, I don't know. I feel like it needs more power. Yeah, come on, bro. Pump up that snare. Love the strings too. Really cool. I like the metronome sound too. Also, this row sound. It's a very over sampled sample. Very overused sample. I hear that specific sample, that row. I hear that in many tracks, and I'm just a little demo reviewer guy, but I hear this sample very often. So if you can, Asparagus, change that sample out for something else. Just a strange thing I thought of. What a weird combination asparagus and watermelon would be. Isn't that weird? Right? Anyway, bro, fire track. Really, really love it. Yeah, Tape Stop was cool. Man, I really dig that track. You're a very skilled guy. Remember, yeah, all your music is very unique, Asparagus. So be sure to keep posting tracks to your profile, my friend. I see you've got a nice, busy profile, so keep that up. Keep just pushing music out there. Guys, we have come to the end. I've reviewed 17 tracks, so... Hey Siri, can you pick a random number between 1 and 17?
A random number between 1 and 17 is 9.
9? Oh, 9 did you say? Okay. So guys, this week's winner of the free mastering by me is boom 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 boom. Winner is, come on, pay it. The winner is boom. Fix. Well done, bro. So write to me, man, and I can master a track for you for nothing. Guys, awesome music once again. I love doing these. I apologize I'm not as energetic as I normally am because I own and operate a cafe at the moment and the hours are brutal. I'm up at like 6 a.m. every morning and I'm not home till like, I don't know, I got home about 20 minutes before this stream started. So appreciate your love. If anyone wants to follow the socials, I'll type it in the chat. Give me 1 second. Expat Cafe. I know a lot of you are already following and liking the posts and stuff like that. Really appreciate that. If anyone wants to, I know there's a few of you still tuned in, which is awesome. If you guys want to search Expat Cafe on Google Maps, it's in Germany. So if you just search Expat Cafe Cologne, Expat Cafe Cologne, hopefully it comes up on Google Maps. Feel free to write a review of it. Give it 5 stars and just write something like, the coffee tastes great or something like that. And maybe I can get my Google ranking up a little bit. That would be awesome. Anyway, guys, congratulations, Bix. Guys, awesome music. What did you say, Charlie?
How's it going, people? Steve and I decided to run a remix competition on our new track, Give Up Your Girl. All the details are in the Discord server. Have fun, and we can't wait to hear your remixes.
That's right. We can't wait to hear your remixes, guys. Can't wait to hear your music next week. Ciao, ciao.